This is VOA News via remote. I'm Marissa Melton. Nearly a year since its inception, the House committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol on January 6th of 2021 will go public with its findings starting in just about an hour with a primetime session on Thursday night. Representative Jamie Raskin is on the 9-member panel that plans to give an overview of its 11-month investigation.
People are going to have to follow two intersecting streams of events, and one will be an attempt to overturn a presidential election illegitimately. That's a harrowing story in itself, but the other will be the sequence of events leading up to a violent mob attack on the Capitol.
Lawmakers say they hope to show the American public how democracy came to the brink of disaster. The World Health Organization said on Thursday its latest investigation into the origins of COVID-19 was inconclusive, largely because data from China is missing, another blow to its years-long effort to determine how the pandemic began. The report from the WHO expert panel said all available data show the novel coronavirus that causes COVID-19 probably came from animals, likely bats, a similar conclusion to the UN agency's previous work on the topic in 2021, which followed a trip to China. The missing data, especially from China, where the first cases were reported in December 2019, meant it was not possible to identify exactly how the virus was first transmitted to humans. From Washington, you're listening to VOA News. Somalia's new president was officially inaugurated Thursday and pledged to bring peace to the conflict-ridden country, as well as deal with the devastating drought that has forced hundreds of thousands of Somalis to flee their homes to survive. Hassan Sheikh Mohammed was inaugurated as the 10th president of Somalia in a colorful ceremony attended by more than 1,000 people, including 2 neighboring presidents, 2 prime ministers, and at least 100 diplomats. Mohammed, who is 66, was elected on May the 15th. He promised to restore Somalia's dignity, build a better relationship with the world, and promote stability and reconciliation. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says the battle for the eastern city of Severodonetsk is one of the most difficult of the war, while highlighting its importance in the key Donbas region. VOA contributor Anna Chernikova shared more from Kyiv with VOA Flashpoint Ukraine's host, Steve Miller.
What we hear from the battlefield and from the military officials who basically are at the battlefield, is that this battle is basically house to house, street to street. So the fightings are taking place and are going on for every street, for every house. Unfortunately, we can see that Russian forces are just turn Severodonetsk, town of Severodonetsk, into ruins.
Russia has concentrated its troops and firepower on the small industrial city to secure the surrounding province on behalf of Moscow-backed separatists. Ukraine's forces pulled back to the city's outskirts on Wednesday, but have vowed to fight there for as long as possible. In Britain, Prime Minister Boris Johnson has told his countrymen Thursday he was on their side, vowing to build a high-growth, low-tax economy where everyone could buy their own home. It's his latest attempt at a reset after surviving a major revolt against his leadership. In a wide-ranging speech, the Conservative leader vowed to tackle the soaring cost of living and address long-standing problems such as unaffordable child care, but many economists were doubtful about Johnson's promises, with official forecasters saying tax revenue is on course to rise to the highest level since the 1940s, and growth is set to disappear. And once again, in just about an hour, the U.S. House of Representatives panel investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol, the committee rather, will go public with its findings, starting with a primetime session. Tonight, Representative Jamie Raskin is on the 9-member panel that plans to give an overview of its 11-month investigation. Marissa Melton, VOA News.